How many people do we have now? Right, how many people are we up to?
127.
Wow, so good evening, everyone. We have 128 people here with us tonight. I am so excited. My name is Lucille McCassie, and I've been serving as the interim principal here at the Kindergarten Center and the School 6 Pre-K throughout the 2019-2020 school year. Boy, and what a year it's been. It's been a year filled with the magic of School 6. Lots of smiles, hugs, both real and virtual, socialization and play, caring and dedicated teachers who instructed children really in the most engaging and loving ways, in addition to a wealth of PTA programs and special events. The time we spent in our school building together actually ended March 13th, but the magic didn't. As we moved to online learning, our teachers virtually visited the homes of each of our children, and the children visited ours as well. We saw our kinders learning in their kitchens, their dens, their living rooms, and gained a deeper understanding of the home life of each of them in ways we never did before. We participated in drive-bys and car parades, planned sing-alongs. We read to our students in their driveways and even had scavenger hunts on front lawns. So as you can see, the magic was alive and well throughout the year. Tonight, it truly is my pleasure to be with you here tonight. How many people do we have now?
144.
With all 144 of you here tonight, and to help guide you through what to expect when your child enters kindergarten in the fall. We don't yet know what kindergarten will look like when we return to school, but what we do know is that the magic will continue. Tonight's program is all about what you need to know in order to prepare yourself and your child for this milestone in your child's education. We're all looking forward to a very special year ahead. And now, with great pleasure, I'd like to introduce our Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Research, Mrs. Diane Provvido.
Good evening. My name is Diane Provvido, and I am the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Research. Kindergarten orientation holds such fond memories for me. After all, just about 20 years ago, I attended as my oldest son was about to embark on his magical journey that is kindergarten and the many learning years to come. My orientation was a bit different. I was able to congregate in the School 6 auditorium and see the faces of the parents of his classmates. I was able to meet the principal and the teachers and many other staff members who would be a very special part of his schooling years. I know the loss of the face-to-face component is unsettling, but the one thing we hope to do this evening is ease your fears. We may not have all the answers about how learning will look in the fall, but I can assure you we will be ready to welcome your child to kindergarten, no matter the landscape. You can count on the love, smiles, and commitment of our educators. You can count on their expertise and on the curriculum we have so carefully designed and cultivated to be imparted. Your children will learn to read, to write, and to do their arithmetic, and will be ready to target their individual needs. We have already begun to design new ways to get to know your child. A little later on, Mrs. McCassie and Mrs. McGann will share with you information about a survey we hope for you to fill out. And they will also be providing you an overview of our curriculum. So each year during orientation, I do ask those in attendance who have had a child come through school number 6 to raise their hands. These parents come with a wealth of knowledge, and it is always nice to see familiar faces. For those of you out there who do have a child who has already come to school 6, please do say hello in the chat bar. I know that I and the kindergarten team would love to see you there and say hello. I also ask parents in attendance to raise their hand if they have graduated from Oceanside. You'd be so surprised how many have. I find that to be a testament to a very special town in our school district. To those parents out there who are former grads, feel free to greet us in the sidebar as well. Tonight is about giving you all the information we can and to assure you that despite the unknowns concerning schooling in the fall, we, along with the dedicated staff of school number 6, are committed to making sure your child's kindergarten years are exactly as they should be: productive, engaging, and what School 6 is known for, magical.
Hello. For those that don't know me, my name is Dr. Phyllis Harrington, and I am the extremely proud superintendent of the Oceanside School District. This fall, I'll actually be getting my 8th year here in Oceanside. I can't even believe it's been that long already, but it has been an amazing ride, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. A little bit more about myself, though. This will be my 17th year as a superintendent. I've worked in a number of different districts, and I can actually tell you that when you made the decision to reside within the Oceanside School District, you made a very, very wise decision. We always are excited in sharing our kindergarten orientation with all of our incoming parents, even those that have been through this ride once before with us, because there are always new and exciting things to share with you. Unfortunately, this year, you will hear that we made the decision not for this to be a traditional orientation, because of course we could not do that under the circumstances. That being said, we want you to know that we are very much so preparing for your youngsters to join us in September. However, what that might look like and how different it may be from what we're used to is still to be determined. I can promise you that we will be working day in and day out. As soon as this school year officially ends, we're going to be planning for September. Some of the decisions will be out of our hands, but we're hoping for some guidance that will give us an opportunity to be sure that we can open our doors safely for all of our students. Once we know that, we will share that with you, and we will also share with you exactly what the day in the life of a kindergartner will look like in the Oceanside schools. I know I can tell you that you are in for an amazing journey. The most important piece of advice I can give you at this time is don't blink, because if you do, your child will be crossing that stage for their high school graduation. And you'll really say, how did that happen? Where did those years go? So please enjoy every bit of it. It is special. And we here in Oceanside work extremely hard to even make it that much more special. We look at you as partners in this special journey. Thank you.
Hello again, parents. I'd like to spend a few minutes talking with you about kindergarten registration, screening, and our parent input form. Completing the registration paperwork is the first step toward enrolling your child in the Oceanside School District. You must be registered in order for your child to attend our schools. In the past, registration took place in person at our central registration office. In light of the fact that our buildings have been closed since mid-March, we know that many families did not have the opportunity to register in person. For those families, we've moved to an online registration process. The necessary forms are now on our district website. Documentation including proof of residency, your child's birth or baptismal certificate, as well as your most current immunization records are mandatory. If you have any questions regarding your residency documentation, you may call Mr. Copley's office at 678-1209 to speak directly to him. Regarding the kindergarten screening, the process is one that must happen in person. As a result, we'll be postponing screening until we return to school. With that being said, in order to accurately place your child in an appropriate classroom setting, we're asking parents to help us get to know your child by completing a parent input form that's now part of the registration process. Once all of your paperwork has been reviewed and accepted, you'll receive an email from us with a link to the form. The form includes important questions about your child, including his or her current social emotional skills, as well as information about your child's knowledge of some basic academic foundational skills. For those parents who already registered in person, last week you should have received an email from us inviting you to tonight's meeting, and that also included the link to the parent input survey. So once again, in order to place your child appropriately and to develop well-balanced classes, the information you provide to us will be crucial, and time is really of the essence. We ask that you complete the form as soon as you receive it.
Hi, my name is Julie McGann, and I've had the honor of functioning in the role as the very proud principal at school number 6 for 8 out of the last 9 years. I'm currently completing a year of learning and exploration in Costa Rica, and I am beyond excited to return to the place where my passion for education and my adventures with the most important little people on earth are guaranteed year after year. For those I haven't yet met, I truly look forward to meeting you and your incoming kindergartner. Having reviewed the names of those already registered, I am thrilled to welcome back so many families who I have had the pleasure of working with in the past. As you can well imagine, our last experience together will be quite different from the one that we're about to share due to the current COVID circumstances. However, and as I've always said, the magic that is rumored to be here at school number 6 starts with the wonder and excitement that our kindergartners and our staff share. And none of the changes to the program, the schedule of the day, or the physical distancing will take that away from us. With all of the unknowns, the one thing we can absolutely guarantee is that our staff members are eagerly awaiting the opportunity to share curiosity, discovery, learning, the pride that comes from facing and overcoming struggles, and of course, the magic of kindergarten. Tonight is an orientation to our district, and it's just the beginning of our journey together. And the next step will be an orientation to our school. It's going to take place on a date in August when I'll be joined by some of our School 6 staff members to provide you with a virtual tour of our building. The exact date of our school orientation will be announced shortly. Tonight, we ask that you share all of your questions and concerns so that we can tailor our time together in August to make sure you have the information you are seeking. General questions can be submitted on the chat bar of this YouTube. Any questions that are personal to your child should be submitted via email to either the school psychologist, Mrs. Laura Brady, or our school social worker, Mrs. Greer Slovan. You can also contact the main office anytime between now and when your child starts kindergarten, and you could also reach out to one of your 2 principals. If your questions can wait until this summer, you can always email me, and if your questions are more timely, feel free to email Lucille McCassie, who will continue as the School 6 principal through July 1st. Here are a few of the things that you need to know about the upcoming months as we prepare for your child's kindergarten year. Some of you may be feeling anxious about the fact that your child has not yet been screened for kindergarten and how it may impact our creation of classes. As this year's circumstances are not allowing for screening to take place prior to the school year, we want to reassure you that we have plans in place for our placement process, and we'll be relying on the input you give us on the forms that Mrs. McCassie spoke about earlier. As parents know their children more intimately than anyone else on the planet, we are confident that your input will allow us to create the balanced groupings that we know are an important part of the kindergarten magic. In addition, we want you to rest assured that postponing the mandated kindergarten screening will not interfere with our ability to start the kindergarten school year for you and your child. On another note regarding kindergarten mandates, I wanted to take a minute to discuss immunizations. As you all know, there are immunizations that are mandated for entry into any kindergarten class in New York State, as per the Public Health Law 2164. We are well aware of the fact that many of your pediatricians are not bringing children into the office for well visits at this time, which of course compromises your ability to be in compliance with the immunization requirements. We in Oceanside are not alone in this, and all of the districts in Nassau County await information and guidance from the Nassau County Department of Health and the CDC. As we learn more about how our community is expected to meet the mandates during the current COVID crisis, we will communicate with you. We're also asking that you reach out to your child's pediatrician, as our local pediatricians may have already started to develop their own plans on how to safely help your child meet the immunization mandates. It is at this orientation that I typically discuss what a typical day of kindergarten looks like. This year, however, I'm going to put that on the agenda for August so that our review will consist of accurate and updated information. As you can imagine, we're working together to develop a plan that will keep our little friends safe and healthy while engaging them in rich learning. Business is not as usual, but as I said before, the learning, the magic, the wonder are at the core of what we are planning. Stay tuned for our August date, at which time I anticipate having much more updated information about our schedule and the structure of our day, which I look forward to sharing with you. For now, a picture says 1,000 words, so enjoy this glimpse into the world of kindergarten.
Good evening. My name is Jarrell Coakley, and I am the Assistant Superintendent for Business and Operations here at Oceanside Schools. We will begin with transportation. The district provides busing to students who live 0.8 of a mile or more away from the kindergarten center. That threshold was established by the voters of this community a number of years ago. We determine eligibility by measuring from your closest property line to the flagpole at the Castleton Court entrance. The limitations for transportation are strictly enforced and are applied across the board. Unfortunately, some homes miss qualification by only a few feet. However, we cannot provide exceptions to a family's eligibility. Please do not assume that you will or will not receive busing. It is best to contact the Transportation Department to confirm your eligibility with Ms. Rachel Blackman. She is responsible for coordinating all of the district's day-to-day transportation services, and she can be reached at 516-678-1211. The district provides corner stops and bus stops, which are both shared. We ask that children be outside waiting for the bus 5 minutes prior to a bus's scheduled arrival. In addition to the bus driver, each kindergarten bus will be staffed with a person who will provide supervision and assistance to your child as needed. Buses transport students from home to school and school to home. Therefore, pickup and drop-off are at designated stops only. A parent or designated person must be at bus stops in the morning and afternoon. Children who are not received by their parent or designated person will be brought back to the kindergarten center where they will be supervised until they are able to be picked up. Please inform the principal of whom those designated individuals are and make them known to the bus driver as well as the bus monitor. Persons must be listed on the back of your student's bus pass. Bus passes and routes will be mailed during the summer months along with your ridership rules. We ask that you please review these rules with your children. Once again, thank you and welcome to Oceanside.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Virginia Marmol.
And my name is Jennifer Zappinger. We are the PTA presidents at School 6. Whether you are new or a returning parent, we would like to welcome you to our School 6 family. How many people at one point ever wished they could be back in kindergarten? Well, you are in luck, because this year with your involvement, you will feel like you are. Our PTA provides your children with so many fun, exciting events throughout the school year, such as the kindergarten dance, field day, book fair, and movie night, just to name a few. We try to promote school spirit as much as we can, but Wednesday has been deemed our official school spirit day at School 6. The children and staff try to come in school dressed in their Oceanside swag or anything with blue or anchors. It's so wonderful. It's a way to show Oceanside pride and a sense of community, and the kids love it.
Whether you are a stay-at-home or working parent, we encourage each of you to complete a volunteer form so you can share in the journey of your child's kindergarten year. There are plenty of volunteer opportunities for parents with all types of schedules. We want every parent to feel welcomed and a part of their child's educational experience. There are volunteer forms posted on our School 6 Facebook page, as well as the Oceanside Moms Facebook page, and we will be sending out a flyer in September. We also strongly encourage you to stay connected by joining our PTA Facebook page, Oceanside School 6 PTA. Our page offers answers to daily questions, reminders of school events, and updates of school and PTA happenings. It is a private page, and we pride ourselves with keeping it very secure, so we don't accept members until mid-August when we have confirmed your child's enrollment. We look forward to seeing some new and old faces this upcoming year. Have a great night.
Okay, well, it looks as though I'm back, and we have upwards of 170 people with us tonight. So this is really so exciting. I hope you're typing your questions into the chat bar, and we're ready to tackle any of them. So here we go. Okay, is there a kindergarten supply kit? How will I know what supplies to get my child? The generic supply list is on the district website on the kindergarten page, and teachers may ask for additional items, but that list covers all the items that teachers are asking you to get for now. Next. Okay, so allergies. So we never want children to feel uncomfortable about their food allergy. We cluster children with specific food allergies together in certain classes, so there's always another friend in the classroom. Families will be notified if their child is in a food allergy classroom, and there'll be specific guidelines for snack and classroom celebrations. Just so you know, we have been moving away from the traditional food, birthday, and class celebrations, and we really are moving towards other ways to make the day special. Once you get to School 6, your teacher will provide you with more information if you're in a food allergy room. Okay, I filled out the parents' survey, but there was no place to put the name of a friend. Okay, you are correct. So we found that there are a few reasons that asking for a friend may not make for the best placement of your child, especially during this unusual time. Today's friends, first and foremost, might not be friends in September. Secondly, your child might need a specific placement, and this really is most important. Your child might need a specific placement that is not the best fit for the other child. And additionally, kindergarten's a place to make new friends. Last but not least, we want to make sure that the teacher we pair your child with is the exact perfect teacher for your child. Okay, next. When will we know the name of our child's teacher? You'll be hearing from us sometime in late August. Okay, how are you planning for social distancing at the kindergarten center? We are going to be following all of the regulations that are given to us by the CDC and the state education department and the governor. So at this point, we don't have the exact answer to that question, but know that we will be following guidelines. Okay. All right. Mrs. Sporing is saying that your confirmation that your child is registered will come once all of your paperwork is completed and received by Central Registry. I know that I've been receiving a number of emails from parents saying that they either registered their child in person before online registration began, or they're currently doing it now. If you registered in person, know that you do not have to register again. We only ask that you fill out the parent input form. That was not part of the in-person process. Once you fill out the online registration packet, you will be prompted to go to that parent input. You are registered. So, will you be receiving confirmation from us? Once you're prompted to go to that parent input form, it means that you're registered. Right. Can you discuss the breakfast program and after-school program options? When can we register for these programs? Well, I'm not quite sure what the answer is yet. I would think that DACA is the place to go, but once again, we're waiting for guidelines regarding what school is going to look like for next year. I don't believe we know right now. Here, I'm getting some information. Here's the number for DACA. I'll read it slowly if you have a pencil or a paper. DACA is 594-2336. Once again, 594-2336. Anything else? Wow, you're very good. Very, very smart people. You know the answer to all of our questions. We must have a lot of parents who have already been with us. Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Gaida. Mrs. Gaida is the amazing principal secretary at School 6, and she is saying, please email updated immunizations to Patty, and her email address is right there, pgaida@oceansideschools.org. And as Mrs. McGann said, we're really not quite sure what the regulations are going to be regarding immunization, but as soon as we know, we will share that with you. And Dr. Harrington is chiming in. We'll be discussing the logistics of the CARES program in the coming weeks. Thank you, Dr. Harrington, for answering that question. Anything else? Are there any other questions? Wow. Okay. Just hang on. I'll give you all some wait time just in case something else comes up.
What? 9:30 to 3:30.
Okay, school hours for kindergartners, 9:30 to 3:30. Same as this year.
Patty Gaida.
Okay, regarding updated immunization forms, we answered that question again. You send them to Mrs. Gaida, pgaida@oceansideschools.org. Okay, wow. So we're still looking. We're scoring over those questions. What are the hours? We did just say the hours, 9:30 to 3:30. Okay. All right. Mrs. Sporing is writing that in each class, there'll be a few students from each homeschool, at least 2 to 3, normally about 6 from each homeschool in each class. We want to make sure that the children do socialize with children who will be moving up with them to their homeschools when they go to first grade. Anything else? Okay, are we certain the children are going back to school? I don't believe we're certain about anything at this point. Harrington, if you want to chime in, please feel free to do so. But I know that we are waiting for the governor to make a call about that. Okay, anything else? And Mrs. Provvido is saying at this time we're planning to continue to use Google Classroom. Anything else?
Did children paired? I did children paired, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Paired for homeschools?
Okay, is there online learning? I'll be able to pick, and will I be able to, if there is online learning, will I be able to pick up a device for my child? So yes, we will be providing devices, yes. We did that this year, we will continue to do that. Let's see, anything else?
I did screening.
It says no change to school day meeting times due to COVID. That we don't know yet.
Okay, that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Say that?
Okay, let's see. Will there be any resources provided over the summer? Oh, I love this question. To better prepare the kids since they haven't been in school. Yes, the answer is yes. Well, for the kindergarten center, we are going to, but those resources are also going to be online. So if you want to tap into the kindergarten resources, that's fine. That's fine.
Absolutely. There will be a solid. We are working on them and
Okay.
ready to meet students no matter the.
Let's see, where do I fill out the parent form after registration? You will receive the link. Once you finish the registration form, you'll receive the link from us. Okay, if you don't, you can email me directly. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Harrington. Wonderful. Okay. Anything else? All righty. Well, I hope you found the first segment of our kindergarten orientation informative. For those of you who are new to School 6, and also for those of you who are returning, as I said before, we know the upcoming year is going to look somewhat different. But as Dr. Harrington mentioned previously, we're going to start planning for the next school year as soon as this one officially closes. And I know that Mrs. McGann is already thinking about and planning for part 2 of kindergarten orientation, and she'll be conducting that sometime late in August. Okay. We're going to end our question and answer segment of our presentation now. If you have any other questions that hasn't been answered, you can hold it for Mrs. McGann at the August orientation meeting, or you can email Mrs. McGann or me at any time. You know that for those of you who have worked with me, you know I get back to you right away. And before we end the evening, I know Dr. Harrington had posted something, but I want to remind you also about the school budget vote. It's currently taking place, and you should have already received your ballot in the mail. Please remember that we must receive your ballot no later than 5 p.m. on June 9th. If you can't get your ballot to us in the mail on time, the district office at 145 Myrtle Avenue will be open until 5 p.m. on June 9th. And we really are counting on all of our School 6 families to exercise their right to vote, please. And if you can get out there and share with your neighbors, your friends, to please get out and vote, that would be very much appreciated. It's important for our kids. So with that being said, thank you for joining us tonight. I would also like to thank all of our presenters for being here with us, either virtually or here in person. We look forward to seeing everyone again in August. Good night, everyone.